How's it going, New World? Sethphir here, and oh man, is it good to be back in the world of Eternum. I know it's been a while. Did you guys miss me? Hopefully you did. We are back with some exciting news. We have a lot of cool things to talk about today, including the official release date announcement for Brimstone Sands. I'm going to also talk about some of the changes for the players that maybe haven't seen the game in a while and want to be reintroduced to the game. We're also going to talk about what the Brimstone Sands is going to bring and offer, and then finally I'm going to tell you about my plans and what I expect from the expansion and what I'm hoping to get and what will make it worthwhile for me. So first, let's go ahead and talk about the Brimstone Sands announcement that is going to be on October 18th. It was tweeted out on their official Twitter, so we have it up here. We'll pull it up on screen so you guys can check that out. So that is very exciting to see. I've been lurking on New World. I've been keeping my eye on it. I've been waiting for something big, waiting for an announcement, waiting for a new expansion, and I think this is finally it with Brimstone Sands. I'm excited to get back in, discover everything again like it's the first time, and definitely check out what new content they have to offer. So speaking of that, what's new so far? So far within the game, we had a few major updates before the Brimstone Sands came out, and it contained some various things, like they got rid of expedition orbs. You guys remember those tuning orbs that you had to craft? Those are gone now, so apparently you could just queue in. So that's a nice change. I think that system was a little bit complex and complicated for what the average player needed. They also have some sort of music system within the game where you could get buffs and kind of integrate with people in a social space, so that's always exciting to see as well. We also have a group finder implemented within the game that bases off of your gear score, so that's going to allow you to pair up with people, so it makes getting groups a little bit easier in my opinion, so it's nice to find allies to do content with. And then we also have a revamp to the expertise system. Expertise before was in the form of like gypsum, and it allowed you to creep your gear score up to 600 and then push further beyond with the umbral shard system, but they've done a little bit of smoothing out with it. There's a lot more variety of daily activities, so it's going to be a lot easier to obtain that gypsum and increase your combat level. Then we also have some crafting updates for experience and how you create that. There's something called like research notes, which will power up your crafting. You can use that from some of the items you get from expeditions and salvaging. So that's kind of a good system to be implemented there. There's a new expedition materia that comes from the dungeons. And then they also have this 3v3 arena that's not really ranked, but you get PvP rewards on a track system, which can also come from like Outpost Rush and other things. It's called like Azov Salt, very appropriately named. So you can go ahead and discover some of those rewards on that. When I first took a look at that system, it wasn't too good, but it seems like they've done some work on it since then. So that's pretty much the TLDR so far from what I've seen and kept my eyes on. If I'm missing anything, people who have been super actively playing, go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what I'm missing out on. Let me know if there's any additions I should add in here. In addition to that, we now have the stuff that's coming up for Brimstone Sands. And this is where some of the things get exciting. So we're going to have a massive new zone, Brimstone Sands, which should be about 3 times the size of most zones. So it's going to be quite a large one. So you can think of this as getting 3 zones instead of 1. And then we will also have the ability to gain something called Heart Gems. Heart Gems is like a ability stone. It's like a core unique power for your character that will allow you to trigger some sort of an ultimate ability on a cooldown. So it's definitely cool to see a little bit of mix up in the combat dynamics. We also have the Rune Glass gems, which allow you to power up your weapons even further. And then we have the Greatsword. It's been a while. We speculated the Greatsword since like the beginning of the game, right? Like so long ago. And it's finally coming out. It has like a DPS tree and a tank tree, which is really cool to see. And I'm excited to get in there and check that one out. I'm definitely going to have to play around with it. I think I've kind of settled on healer as my role for New World, but I still am a tank at heart, so I will probably be messing around with those abilities. Next, we have the Ennead Expedition, which is a brand new dungeon for us to explore. I'm excited to see the challenges within. I'm going to be doing a lot of PTR investigation with this dungeon, and of course I'm going to come at you guys with the same level of guides that I have been coming at before for covering new content into this game as I progress and explore everything. On top of that, we also have the revamp to the starting experience, which is going to cover levels 1 through 25 and make it a bit smoother, kind of push you in the right direction for new players. And then they also lay down some groundwork for fresh start servers. Kinda, they're like fresh start, but you can transfer to them. That is not what I want. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. But actually, let's go ahead and get into that now. Let's start talking about that. Let's talk about my plans for New World, right? So here's what I want to do. I want to check out Brimstone Sands. I want to see what it all has to offer. But there's a few things that I'm going to need, because we all are aware of the shortcomings of the game previously. And I'm a big, avid New World fan. I like this game. I really like this game, but I need certain things from it, right? So what do I need from New World? I need a fresh start, no Sethphir server. Honestly, that is really what I need. I know a lot of people are hoping for that, but the reason why I want this is because in the past there were so many dupes and exploits and wealth gained that still carries over to this day. People that have been grandfathered in from the economy, from gold, from weapons, from armor. And all of that stuff is still in the game, plaguing the economy. I need that gone, right? A fresh start, no Sethphir server would make all of that disappear. And as long as there's no new groundbreaking dupes or bugs, that is going to allow me to enjoy the game the way I wanted to enjoy the game, right? I wanted to have a fair, competitive environment for everybody. Not this, hey, we cheated and got a slap on the wrist in the first couple of weeks, so we used all that money to power ourselves up and took over every single town for the rest of the game forever. That's not fun, right? Several servers went like this. My server was one of them. A lot of other servers were like that. So it's just sad to see, and I want to see the game start in a fair environment. That's definitely the first thing I would like. I would like to see more in-game. I'm talking high-level dungeons, high-level raids. Like, we need 25-man raids. I want to see all of this for the future. And it's okay if Brimstone Sands doesn't start off with that, but I want to see the groundwork for that being implemented. It's been a while now, and I see a lot of changes like, oh, we did this to fishing and music, and okay, that stuff is nice, but at the end of the day, the reason why people left New World at the, after the start of it was because there was just nothing to do at some point. Like, once you've beaten every mutated 10 dungeon and you have max gear, what do you do, right? So you need an end game, you need a focus, and I really tried to stress this to developers, and I hope that they hear this. I hope that they heard it last time. I really hope they hear it this time. We need in-game content. That's the heart of any MMO. Anybody can tell you that. And that's what we need to have a focus on. The music, the fishing, the whatever else, that's all nice, but you're putting a bunch of bells and whistles on a car that doesn't run. You need the core engine in there. So that's the big thing for me. In addition to that, I would like to see ranked PvP, especially in the terms of cross-realm, small-scale PvP. Because guys, I'm gonna be honest, 50 versus 50 PvP is not that fun. It is kind of in a sense that, hey, we're all playing around, but the whole territory system didn't quite nail it for me. I'd rather see small groups with skilled battles exchanging for rewards. Like, this seems way more enticing to me than some of the other options do. So I would love to see that ranked PvP that actually matters within the game. And what I want from New World, so like those are the things I need. What I really want from New World, I want those raids. I want the hard dungeons without gear scaling, because that combat score system of scaling, like where you get closer, mutation 10's impossible until you hit mutation 9 gear, and once all your gear catches up, it's just a cakewalk. It's okay, but it's not the best, right? Like, skill should triumph. Skill and strategy should triumph in the dungeon, not, hey, my gear is finally high enough, I can clear it with ease. Like, we have some little bit of backwards things there. And then really on top of that, just a new economy, because building off of that, the dupe thing and all that stored up gold and everything aside, I think having like a fresh new economy, a new currency, new items to push past 625, all of that stuff would be very, very desirable for me, because I would like to see a new world, if that makes sense. I feel like that would be what this game needs, and the game is beautiful. It has a lot of pros to it, but it has a lot of cons in the terms of it doesn't follow the traditional sense of MMOs. Like it just doesn't have that backbone, that end game, that reason to log in every day once you've cleared the stuff. And you know, that's for me what turns a game into an MMO instead of just a single player experience where you beat the story and, well, hey, you're done. So that's going to be it for me. Basically, I'm going to be testing the PTR. I'm going to go ahead and show some video with the Greatsword coming up. I'm going to put out some PTR guides for the Greatsword. I'm going to tell you what I think. I'm going to get a team together for my mutated dungeons, and I'm going to probably pick a new server. I'll announce that pretty soon, but I'm going to head with my team to that brand new server. I don't know what it's going to be, but we're going to go somewhere fun, that's for sure. And we're going to get all of these things together. I want to see everything that Brimstone Sands has to offer. I'm going to play it definitely when it comes out, and I'll be pushing the content to the very limit, and I'm going to let you guys know my honest opinion on the game following that. So that's going to be it for this one, everyone. Thanks for watching. I know it's been a while. I appreciate everyone who is still subscribed to the channel from New World. We will have some content coming out for that and other games in the future. I've currently been playing Tower of Fantasy, and I plan to check out World of Warcraft Dragonflight. So if you like MMOs, definitely hop in, and we have some good stuff coming for you. Okay, that's going to be it for this one. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you enjoyed this content, and we will see you in the next video.